Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome. I'm Tiffany. This is my quilting life. And today is Sunday, Sunday, where I hope you'll sew with me today, right now, at this very moment. But before I get to the sewing part, let's see who's all here. Oh, well, an ad is here and it's taken up my chat screen. Look at that.
You get the same ad as I do? I have an ad for aloe.
No, I have an ad for toothpaste.
Oh.
Look at that. All right. So we have Dylan Butterfly. That's a new name. Welcome. Stacey, Soyarnum, Melody, Donna, Candy, Brenda, Geraldine, Carol, Debbie, Teresa Louise, Kimberly, Jacqueline, Teresa McBrayer, Geraldine, Melody, Kim, Susan, scrolling, they've been talking. Lupina, Mary, Robin, June, Linda, Barbara, and so many, many more. Hello, everybody, and welcome to my video today.
The bot is working.
Oh, is it working? Good. Yeah, the bot, now we've realized it turns itself off during the week some days. So I had this like epiphany. Maybe too many people use the chat bot thing, so they turn the ones that are not in use off, so that the ones that are in use can stay on, so that the app itself can save like technology stuff, like save streaming. It's kind of weird, but whatever. Anyways, so today I have a whole pile here. Oh, happy 4th of July, everybody. Happy 4th of July weekend. Been hearing fireworks for the last 2 nights and probably for the next 2 nights. So for all you fellow Americans, happy 4th of July. I forgot where I was. Oh, so I have buckets and bins and bins and buckets filled with jelly roll strips. I have so many of them. Well, I had a stack of purples already together. So here is a stack of purples. And in this pile, there's 54 strips, 2.5-inch strips that are all purples. I do have more of this in case I need it, but 54 strips should be plenty, right? So with my 54 strips, I was thinking some kind of like strip thing to make, but then I had a different idea, and then I had a different idea. So like in the span of 2 hours of prepping for today's video, I had like 35 ideas in my head. So I need to like dial it down to just the one. And I think I'm going to go with a specific one that's in my head, and I'm going to teach it all to you. So the next thing I needed was 4 yards. Don't know how I did the math on that, but if you take 54 jelly roll strips, that's like 3 3/4 of a yard, 3 3/4 yards fabric, right? So I got 4 yards of black fabric here because all of these purples have black in them in some way or another. And I think that adding more black, will highlight all the purpley, and there's some pinkish tones in here as well. So all this purpley pink stuff is just going to go pop on the black. And so what I need to do to start is I need to cut myself some 2.5-inch strips of black. That way I can start piecing this stuff together. And like I said, if I run out, because I'm making a very large quilt, because the thing is I always make very big quilts. So today's just going to be another example of Tiffany making a big quilt. So I'm going to go ahead and just put this out of the way. And I am going to cut 2.5-inch strips from my black, and I'm going to try to keep this. These have pinked edges. And if you guys are new to quilting and you didn't know, some companies have pinked edges. That means the fabric just goes zigzaggy across it, Just know that makes a big mess. It just gets little fabric pinked pieces all over the place. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to start by turning this whole bit of fabric around. this is 4 yards here, and I'm gonna cut them all at the same exact time. Why? Because I can. And I'm going to start by making a nice straight line on me fabric to make some 2.5-inch strips. So I'm gonna go ahead and line all these folds up on a line on my cutting mat. I'm gonna grab me a cutter, and I'm gonna start a straight line right here using my Quilter's slide lock ruler because it holds the fabric lovely. And if you guys never heard of this thing, it is amazing, and I love using it. It holds on to the fabric with just the sheer bit of little amount of pressure. Oops. Be nice if the blade was open, huh? Look at that. And I cut through all of that. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 layers with a 45mm rotary cutter. Look at that. All right, so I'm going to cut some 2.5-inch strips by just using the cutting mat as my guide because I really don't want to grab another ruler, and this one works just fine. So 2.5-inch strips, here we come. So there's 4 to start with, and then we'll cut the 5. Yeah, it should be there. And then I'm going to cut again at the 7.5, and so on and so forth until I get quite a few strips to start. No, I think it's SL for slide lock.
Oh, there it is.
And then I'm going to cut again at 10, and so on. I don't think I need this many strips to start, just to get started on everything, because my idea requires me cutting my strips in half on the fold to start. Line that up right there. All right. I'm just going to cut that many for now. And then I'm going to take these strips over here. And what I'm going to do is cut things on the fold. So let's just turn these around and grab me some scissors. And I'm just going to cut all these black strips on the fold. There's, if I can get them all without being too messy about it. So far I've cut not enough black, but I will eventually use all 4 yards.
So if it's so long, they need a solid and a jelly roll?
You don't have to use a solid. You can use any kind of background or whatever you want that goes with your jelly roll strips. But yes, a jelly roll and a half because I'm making a large one. But if you're just making a small one, then just a jelly roll. So if you guys want to follow along, it's a jelly roll and some background yardage. You would only need like 3 yards probably if you're only using 1 jelly roll. This takes forever to do this all. Come on. So not used to like sliding. Those are all cut. I have shaky hands. I've always had shaky hands for many, many years. And it kind of, when it comes to trying to cut things and put the scissors in the slip that it's able to go in, yeah, I tend to shake my way through that. All right.
What line is the jelly roll?
I have no idea what line it is. It was just in my, here, you can hold this up to the camera if you want.
I will.
Just so that they can see the colors. Trying to fan it out a little.
So we don't know what line it is?
I don't know what line it is. It's probably something from Tuesday Morning or Hobby Lobby or Joann's or something like that. It's a no name for right now. All right. I'm going to grab 1 of each color. I have 9 different fabric prints here and 6 of each piece, if that helps any more. I'm going to grab 1 of each to start real quick.
How many cut he meant is a Fiskars, and it's 24 by what, 36?
Yeah, 24 by 36 is my cutting mat, and it's a Fiskars. I'm just grabbing one of each to start. And this project I will work on until it's done for the next however many Sundays. That's how it's going to go for a while, because it's hard for me to do a whole quilt in one video while I'm healing. Such pretty colors though here. And there's glitter accent in all this. So I will have to deal with glitter. I don't think it's the kind that comes off though. I think it's the solid kind of glitter. All right, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these in half. There's 9 right now, but I'm going to grab more throughout the process, but I'm going to cut these in half because I want to keep the half sets together for my idea here. I get so many ideas in my head. I see quilts online, and some of them, I'm like, well, what if I did this to it? Or what if I did that to it? And so, then it turns into 500 ideas, and then I have to like narrow it down to one thing, which is what we're going to do today. So the next thing I'm doing is just cutting the jelly roll strips, so far some of them, in half. And what we're going to do is take one full strip that I've cut in half of black, and I'm going to take one full strip that I've cut in half of my dark, and I'm going to set those two aside, and I'm going to grab the end that's cut, and I'm going to line it up on like an L, like you're doing binding, and I'm going to sew a diagonal seam from one side to the other. And actually, yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. I have to think about how this was going to be made. I need a 4.5-inch cut off of these. That's what I need. Off of one side, a 4.5-inch cut. I need this guy right here. 4.5 inches. Now I'm getting somewhere. Come on. I knew I have to pay attention to the idea. Now I'm going to do that. I'm going to line this up on one side at the fold. And now on my 4.5 by 2.5-inch piece, I'm going to sew from the middle down to the side. That's what I'm doing. I needed to start with a base piece. All right. So I'm just going to sew on the diagonal from one side to the other. And for now, I'm just going to do the one block just so that you can see. It's actually not a block. We're making strip units. I'm going to press that back towards the purple. I'm going to go ahead and trim away the excess. I'm just going to use my scissors for this. Although my hands will probably get tired over the day from doing that. Okay. Then I'm going to grab the other one, the other half, and I'm going to line up its straight edge on here the opposite way. So here's the L. This is the side. We just added this, a diagonal. Now we're going to add this one as a diagonal on this side, and they should hang over. So we're essentially making a flying geese unit. And I just need to put it in a position that I can sew without it falling. So again, I'm just going to start off at this bottom corner and make my way to the top. I'm going to finger press it back and make sure that it looks like a flying geese in the middle, like this, and it does. So now I'm going to cut away the excess on this one. I didn't even change out my thread color. I have red thread in the bottom bobbin, and I have white thread on top. I knew I was missing doing something earlier, but that's okay. Why? Because I'm sewing with black fabric. So, okay, now I am going to grab each of these pieces right here. And one's long and one's short. I'm going to hook one to each side.
It's getting interesting.
Oh, yes. I'm going to hook one of these to each side. Which one was the long one? Was it this one? And this one was the short one? Ooh, I know what I can do. Here. we're going to make it even more interesting. We're going to cut off 4.5 inches off of this one so that they're both the same exact size. 4.5, right there. Oops. That way, the two ends are the same exact size, and what I'm going to do, I know we're making this so interesting, is I'm going to grab another one of these prints, because I have multiples of the same thing. You guys like how I changed my mind? And I'm going to cut it in half, but I'm going to save one half for later and do the other half now. And that will be the basis of what I'm making. All right. So one half is for later, and one half is for now. Is that what I'm working with? Yes, it is. So we'll put that other half aside for later. And we're going to take that other 4.5 inch from one piece, and we're going to hook that on the diagonal. And we're going to do this all over again. Look at that.
Will you lose the point on the goose when you
Nope. I will not lose the point because it is a 4.5 inch rectangle that we're adding our pieces on. So I have a 1/4 inch. I have actually a little bit more than a 1/4 of inch right here. So I will not lose any of my points. All right. I'm just going to go ahead and put this one on. And this one's going in the opposite direction. Oh, this is going to be so cool. So far, it's one is going down and the other is going to go upward. You can make yours all go down. You can make yours all go up. It don't matter. I'm just having fun.
That's the point.
The point is to have fun. Exactly. All right. So now I'm going to add this side on at my cut half. And it's going to go right here. And I'm going to sew from there to there. In the opposite corner. Okay, put those down, sewing to right there. Oops. And I knew I did that wrong. Sewed it wrong. And just sew it the opposite way. Because I'm a dum-dum.
Oh, don't say that.
I'm a dum-dum and I wasn't paying attention.
Don't say that.
See, I have problems sewing too, guys. It's not just you out there in the audience who struggles with direction. I sometimes get things backwards too. I need to go from the other way. Oh my goodness, come on. Trying to rip my lovely seam that I made out. Pull all that thread. It's actually a maroon thread, not red. Put it on this direction. There we go. Smart thinking, Tiffy. Now I'm going to sew it. Ha! That's better. Yay. I was upside down. I'm telling you, that's not my fault. Okay, so we're going to trim this away, and the unit I should have at this point. Oh man, I forgot to pull the threads out of the purple fabric, so now there's little tiny white threads sticking out. There we go. So now I have a piece with a flying geese going one way and a flying geese going the opposite way. And what I'm going to do is now take those two end pieces. They should now be about the same size. If they're not, we're going to be trimming everything anyway. We're going to sew one on each end, and that will be the almost width of our quilt. So I'm going to grab this other end, sew this on here, and this will be the first row. Just going to go ahead and press that back that way and press this one back this way. And there we have row one that's however wide. Let's just like hang it from up here. No, I'm just going to slide it back there and it should stay. Right there. There we go. So that way you guys can see it. One flying geese one way, one flying geese the other way. So I'm going to repeat by cutting a 4.5-inch strip or 4.5-inch piece off of, here's my one black strip cut in half, but the two ends, I'm just going to go ahead and cut off a 2.5 by 4.5-inch rectangle. And I'll keep repeating the steps over and over again for those that are following along later. So these two pieces will get put aside for the ends. These two pieces, we're going to now grab another color. We're going to find that same color and grab the second half of it. That's this one. Yep. Oh, go to this end. Cut it in half. Put the half aside for another one. And these three halves, we're going to turn into a flying geese going one way, the other way, and the other way. So this one's going to start with this going this way. And then I'll just have to pay attention to which way my next flying geese unit goes. One corner to the other. Press it. And then I'll cut away the excess. And again, you can chain piece all like one first, you know, a whole unit of them and then go back. But for me, I'm just going to go ahead and do one at a time until it's embedded in my mind. So now this one will go this way, and I'm going to sew it from up here to down here. All right, make sure that that's a flying geese unit, and it is. Now we're just going to make sure that the other side comes out the opposite direction. This is even better than what was in my head. So I'm going to grab the next end, and this one is going to go on the black this way first, right? It's going to go up. That makes it come down. I don't want it coming down that way. So I got to look at it. I want this one to be up this way, up here. Oh, gotta think. Thinking cap, Tiffy. Thinking cap.
Is there something I can help with?
Nope. I have to put it like this.
You need water, juice?
Nope. I have to put it like this.
Piece of candy.
Nope.
My dum-dum.
No, I don't need a dum-dum right now. I'm trying to get my flying geese in the right direction so that I can show you guys. And now I'm struggling. No, that does not go that way. Nope, that's going to be the wrong way. How did I do the last one? Did I put this side first? Oh, I did. So we're going to put it on this side first. So from the center down into the center. Okay. I have to look at it a bazillion times. Has it been a while since I've made flying geese units? Yes. In opposite directions? Yes. Okay. There we go. My point will be up here. That's where I want my point. So I'm probably just confusing the whole heck out of you guys. So you just have to pay attention to the direction. Cut this away. I'm going to save all these little pieces. Why? Because I can make a lot of half square triangles with them. Now for the other piece. And you can make it scrappy too. If you guys don't want to put the same 3 pieces in a row, you can just, if you don't have multiples in your jelly roll, then just make it scrappy. 3 different half cuts. You could probably even use fat quarters for this because those are 18 by 21. And since these are cut in half at the fold, that makes them, 21 inches. Or thereabouts, because they're not all the same. All right, so there's that. I have to make sure a flying geese in each direction. Yay! Wow, that took me forever. And now I'm going to put my black piece on each end. And these jelly roll strips seem to all be missing the selvage. So I gotta think that they probably came from Tuesday Morning or something, because Tuesday Morning Fabrics, every time I've gotten a jelly roll from them that weren't Robert Kaufman stuff, but they're the newer stuff that they sell, they don't have selvages on them. It's like they don't want you to know what company the fabric came from. All right, so here is my piece now. Doesn't matter which way I press this. So I have a piece that has 2 flying geese going in opposite directions, and then my black on each end. And we are going to put them, it doesn't really matter because they're all going to go in different directions. They wanted them all in the same direction, but they're going to all go in different directions. That's fine. You know why? Because I don't care. I'm going to be adding strips in between them when I hook them together. And they're also getting tapered. So that was the whole idea, is tapering them to be in whatever.
It looks cool.
Yes.
Is it really glitter on there?
It's glitter. It's the Preston glitter, though, so it's not the stuff that falls off.
Okay, good.
All right, let's find another one of these and cut it in half. See if I can get these flying geese right. This is probably going to take me a while to, get straight. That's okay. I'm having fun, and that's all that matters. All right, so one is going to go over there in that pile. And this one's going to come to this pile, and then we're going to cut off 4.5 inches off of a black. And again, as long as they're in opposite directions, it doesn't matter, because we're going to have fun with this one putting it together. So I'm just going to grab a 4.5 inch strip off of this real quick, off the 2 pieces. Okay, set those aside because those are the end caps, and let's make some flying geese. So we're going to start with this one let's go this way first. That way they're all different. They will all be different. So essentially, I'm just making a strip quilt. That's all I'm doing, but adding flying geese into it to make it even more interesting. And it should be a big quilt when I'm done. All right, and this one will go on like this. Make sure I have my corner up there, and I do. Make sure the corner is lined up here, and it is. Make sure that I open it, and it's a flying geese, and it is. Chop off the excess. Press it back. Now we're going to add the other one, which we want to go to the opposite direction. So if I want my point to be up here, and that goes right there. All right. I'll lay it in front of me. Yep, that's opposite. Yay, I figured it out. Like I said, you can make yours all in the same direction too, but I think it'll be fun with them all going opposite of each other. We'll see when the final quilt is done. If the things that I imagine in my brain, oops, nope, gotta sew this way, not that way. Pay attention to that. I did it again. I did it again. Sewed it on wrong. And I laid it too.
It happens.
I'm going to do this the whole quilt. Oh, come on. I need to pluck out
Maybe you
right.
should just do it the opposite from now on. When you lay it there and you're like, okay, this is right, and you say, nope, I turn it around and do it the other way.
Yeah. Then knowing my luck, it will be the right way. Come on. How's everybody's weekend?
Happy birthday, America.
Happy birthday, America. All right, let's try that again. I want this.
Can we move the camera
Nope.
to your sewing area?
Yeah, if this. Hold on. I'm going this way. Isn't that the way I just had the darn thing?
You want it on this side or that side?
Probably that side.
Over.
Right here on this side. And it has to go on the carpet or else it'll wiggle too much. Scott's moving the camera, guys. Moving the
I
camera.
think they noticed that by now.
Oops, let's cut this away. Oh, hold on. Let me get it right for them.
I'm doing it. Go back to doing
Face it back here more towards the machine. Come right here. That way they're not looking at my legs. All right. So I have two opposite directions. Yay. And now I'm just going to add my blacks on each end.
Okay. Oh, look, I have room to walk now.
You had plenty of room to walk before because we don't use the big tripod anymore.
I couldn't walk. If I walked, I was right in front of it. I
Oh.
had to get down on my hands and knees to go across it.
Oh. Well, now all right. So now I just have finger press it for now. And I have a long strip with two blacks on the end, one flying geese going down, one flying geese going up, and I'm going to hang that next to the other pieces.
Blurry though now that we moved it.
Yeah.
Unless it's just mine.
It's going to be blurry in different sections because of the internet.
It could just be my computer. Ask them if it's clear for them.
Is it clear? Is the video clear for you guys?
Very blurry on mine.
All right. Next, we're going to grab two of those. We're going to grab one more of it. Where is that piece? That one is this guy right here. Go ahead and grab one of these.
Yes.
My other screen looks pretty clear.
Yeah, they're saying, yeah.
Okay.
Wow, it's just mine, I guess. Mine is very blurry.
Okay, so half of it's going to go for the other section, and then half's going to go for here. So I have three of these, and now I'm going to grab the two black pieces, which are the two halves. I'm going to cut the 4.5 inch off of the end. So remember, I folded the piece. So here was a jelly roll strip, a 2.5 inch strip. It's folded in half, cut on the fold. I'm going to cut at that fold section a 4.5 inch piece. And cut the 4.5 off of that. Bring this over here, set those two aside so we could figure out the flying geese unit. We're going to start with one, and I'm going to put this on here and make it go this way. Yeah, you guys can change your speed of the video to 7, or the whatchamacallit of the video to 720. And maybe that'll help for the blurry ones. Not speed, but there's a word for it. Oh, I can't bend like that with my leg out.
Video quality.
Video quality, that's the word I'm looking for. All right, so that's on there. We need to cut away this. Keeping the scissors next to me for all this today. And then we're going to grab another one of these. And I'm going to go right here with it because this one is automatically, you can tell once you get one side on, you can tell which way the next side is going to go. So I'm going to sew from up here to down there in the corner. I'll put that corner up there and then line this up with my line on my seam tape. So down it, check it first. So there's a flying geese. If it's where it's supposed to be, then I'm just going to cut it away. Again, I'm saving my little pieces. No need to if you don't want to, but I do. Now we're going to figure out this one. So if this one is facing up, then this one needs to face the opposite direction. So it needs to be this way, right here. So my point needs to be on this side right here. So I'm going to sew from here to there. So I'm kind of upside down at the moment. So from there to there, then I'm going to press it back this way. So that way my point is at the top here and on the other one it's up there. That's how we're going to make sure we get it right every time. I'm going to go ahead and cut the excess away. Keeps the bulk out of the tip of the flying geese. And then grab my other one, and now it should go down this way. So when you open it up, it goes that way. Yep. So that's the way I'm going to sew it. Just like this. I'm going to tip that and sew from that corner now to the top point. Check it before I do anything, and it's correct. So I have one in each direction. Cut that away. Then add the black strips on the two ends. Looks clear. It's because the light in the machine. Hold on, guys. We'll get rid of that. The light in the machine bed makes it hard for you guys to see, so I need to get a little sticker. There you go. Now it should be clear. And we're going to hook one of these on each end. Grab my other end and hook this on. Press it back. Press it back and then look at it and say, woohoo, I got two opposite ways. And again, they're all going to be in different opposite ways. No matter how I do this, they're all going to land differently because I'm not really, sewing them all the same because I keep forgetting the direction. I think this is the only backwards one though, so far. So far I only have one backwards one. All right, two of these.
When are you going to tattoo your new machine?
When I get some stickers. I don't know what I want sticker-wise on this one. So that's when I will put tattoos on my machine. When I know what stickers I want. All right, so I have my 3 pieces. And now I need to cut my jelly roll black strip. Take both of it, both sides of it. And we're going to cut off the 4.5 inches off of the side that I already cut in half. I'm actually going to trim that because that side is kind of wonky from the fold kit. All right, so I have my two of those, the two extra pieces from the ends. Let's do this again. One is going to go, I'm going to look at these pieces because I kind of want opposites on a lot of them. So we're going to go this way first on this one. Make it go up. We'll see, as long as they're in opposite directions. Ooh, that's crooked. Crooked. Where's the seam ripper again? So you can see I wasn't paying attention to my underpiece. So I'm like this way on my seam instead of to that side of it. So I just need to pluck that out and re-sew it right there on that end to the corner because I didn't go exactly to the corner. So I didn't rip it all the way, just some of the way. Right there. We'll aim for that corner better from the back side, like this. So I just kind of went from the middle of the block to the corner, and there we have it. Cut away the excess, leaving a 1/4 inch seam. Scott put my email in, but you can't click on it. It's not a clickable link. No email is a clickable link on YouTube. Yep, and it's in the description below my video as well as it's on my About Me page. All right, so this one, I keep that seam ripper close by because you never know when we're going to need it. It's going to go on this way. I'm going to sew from here to here so that when it's open, it goes like that. I'm going to line this one up. Sew from up here. Line this black up with my red line on the seam tape. Sew from corner to corner. Press it back and go, oh, hey, look, it looks good. Trim this away. Okay. Now this next one has to go the opposite direction. So if that one's going up, this one needs to go on this point side. So that means I'm going to line it up this way now on top of here like an L. And so from this side to this side. Flip it back and go, ooh, that's the way. I want my point up here, so let's cut this away. And then grab my third piece. This one is going to go right here. Nope, it's going to go right here. Open it up and go, okay, that's the way it's going to go. It goes this way. Now, sewing from that corner, which I cannot see. There we go. So there. And now that should be correct. Yay, they're in opposite directions. I did that one good. All right, so I'm just going to press it back with my finger. And then I'm going to add my two black pieces on the end. This one on this end and the other one on the other. Grab the other side, chain piece the darn thing through. then press them. They always seem to want to go towards the jelly roll itself, not my background print. It's naturally wanting to go that way. So, but this one seems to be going the opposite now that I said that. Go figure. So now I'm going to check and go, that one goes up and that one goes down. Look at that. And it seems that all of them are going that way. Why? How did I mess the other one up?
Good, honey. You can have one opposite every now and then.
How did I get this one backwards, though? I want to look and see so that I can, like, forcefully get another one backwards. I'm going to force this next one backwards. So I'm going to grab all my pieces, but I'm going to stare at this strip because I want it to start down. So I'm going to grab one of these, grab another one.
The strip from the other end and then?
No, they're, no matter what, it's opposite, see? So if I go that way, it's still opposite.
Oh, they can't see that.
Yeah.
Camera, but yeah.
I want them all to have some opposite and right side up. So I have this, and I have this. So I'm going to cut this one in half. Put the other half up here. And we're going to try to purposely get this one like this one. So I'm going to stare at it so that I can get it right. That way I can have them rotating in direction, because that's a good idea that came to me when I messed up the first time. All right, so there's my two black pieces, and what I'm going to do is stare at this piece. You can see it kind of on my desk maybe. We want to start this one with the top up here. Okay. I'm going to move that out of the way, move that out of the way. We're going to put the top starting up here and hope that this goes the way I planned in my head. All right, bottom corner to the top corner. Right there. Okay.
Can you make flying geese and sew them to the ends of the strips? Would that be harder to do?
You can make flying geese and then sew them to the ends, but my goal was to have them floating in the middle. All right, so I'm going to grab this one, and this will go not that way. This will go this way first. Ah, there we go. That means the other side will have to go opposite. All right. Yay. Okay. So that one is the first direction. So you have to look at your pieces as you're sewing them for the direction to get your flying geese. So it's best if you have two different ways. So this one is going to go that way. So I'm going to sew from here to here instead on this one. That way this will be the same as that one piece, and they'll be opposite. Because I don't want them all the same direction. I want the flying geese to be random. So this one's top is up here now. So like every couple rows, you should purposely mess up. Pretty much this is what I'm doing.
Purposely messing it up.
Yep,
I like
purposely
that.
mess it up. Yep. And then it should be okay to have them going in different directions. But if you want them all in the same direction, then just sew them all exactly the same. And I'm taking precautions to make mine all different by paying attention to what I'm doing. All right. So now I have those, and I just need my end pieces, and I'll have two pieces that go, two strip units that have the wrong direction. And I'm not really being 100% precise about my 1/4 inch seam on the ends because it's going to be in the quilt and it doesn't matter because we're going to be cutting off the blacks on the ends anyway when we piece together all the rows. All right, so here I have one more backwards row. Here we go. So the bottom is the way I wanted it, like this one is, see? And then the other one is the way, like the other one, that way. So there we have it. 2 different ways of making the blocks. And I want to make an equal amount of both. I'm hanging it up, by the way, guys.
Oh, beautiful.
Come on, come on. There we go. Stay. See? Can come this way, and then some come the other way,
Yes, I see.
and then the bottom would go the opposite.
I see what you're doing.
Okay.
Move the camera back down so they can-
Let's grab this. So 2 of these. And then grab its matching because I need one of those. And I'm going to cut that in half. Half will go towards another row. And the other half will go towards this one. Then I need my black.
Black one.
And I'm just going to continue doing this. I'm trying to have them all alternate in direction. Okay, so let's grab a black, cut off a 4.5-inch piece at the end. Take those other 2 pieces, set them aside for now, and we're going to attempt to get this the same direction as the last because I have 4 of one way and 2 of the other, so I want this one to start with it down here. So I'm going to sew from here to the center. From here to the center. Cut away that. Press it back. Grab the other piece. Put it up here.
Where did you get your machine?
Huh?
Where did you get your machine?
My machine tattoos are Urban Elements, but Sewing Machines Plus sells them. Huh?
Don't they have a ton of different ones to choose from?
Yeah, Sewing Machines Plus has a ton of different ones to choose from. They have like 6 or 7 different ones to choose from.
Constance was saying that she wants more variety.
Oh,
I don't know
yeah.
if she's buying them, but
Okay. So now this next one needs to be the other way. So that would be this way. Nope. Yeah, just like this. Aha. See, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. So that puts my top up there. Let's cut this excess away. So I guess once you get the hang of it, then it should go pretty quick. So this will go that way. Yep. Oh, come on. Before I cut anything, I make sure. Then we'll add the 2 black pieces on the end. And then I'll have 3 going in one direction and 4 going in one. 3 going in one direction and 4 going in the other. Grab the end. apart, finger press them. Now I have another one. Opposite direction. This one will go here.
Oh,
All right.
look at
Let's make another one in opposite direction. So let's go with this color. I need 1/2 of that.
You got 4 one way, 3 the other.
Let's set that aside and grab another one. Put that in half. And use all of these pieces. I'm going to go ahead and grab a black. We're going to go through a lot of this background.
Are you winging it, or do you have something in mind?
This is in my mind. I'll show you guys in 2 seconds what I'm going for here. All right, so I'm winging it in mind.
Winging it in mind.
Winging it in mind. I have something in mind that I'm winging, if that makes any sense.
So it's a little of both.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. So again, I want this one opposite.
I love how your mind works. I love it.
So this is going to start this way first with the black facing down. Cut away that end. Press it back. Grab another of my pieces. Just put it on my lap. It's easier that way. And then this one, nope, goes this way. I have to make sure, so I hold my corner and then I flip it back and go, okay, that's the top where the point is. Line up that black right there. Make sure, and that's the way it goes. So I'm confusing myself by going 2 different directions with half of my pieces, but in the end, the final result is what my head sees as really awesome. So now this one starts, oh man, I screwed that one up.
What?
This is probably 3 pieces right here, huh? Yep. So I just know that one of those is the opposite direction. I only need 1. So this goes this way, and then that will be the top. Okay, so the first way started with the black on the bottom, folding over. The second way starts with the black on the top, folding over like that. And then the other pieces will start with, the opposite direction, starts with it on top and lands with it on the bottom. I hope that makes some sense. So this way, I'm starting from this top, right? And that, yep, starting from that top corner. If I fold it back, it lands where I want it, facing up. See, Scott can't envision the quilts that I make when I start making them. He's like, I still don't see it. Don't see it. So I'm hoping that some of you will see it when I show you these few pieces hanging up on the wall. So there's that way. And then we just attach the 2 pieces of background on the end. I'm still finger pressing as well. So we'll put 1 piece on this side and 1 piece on the other. Grab that other side, put this on. And now I should have an equal amount of pieces going opposite directions. Just gonna finger press, and then you can see my flying geese are opposite directions. So this one Now I have 4 of each. Now let me show you guys the idea behind this, and then we'll put the camera back the other way because I'm hoping that you guys understand. So let me just make it look like I would if it was being built as a quilt, sort of. Oops, just like that. There. So here's the idea. Ideas that are in my head. So the top flying geese, so you have your black on the ends, right? They're going to be staggering, right, when we put it together. And then your flying geese will be flying, some going in this way, and then the other half of the quilt, they'll be coming in this way. And then on the bottom, they'll be going out this way and out that way. And then again, the ends will stagger when we put them together so that all the flying geese are in opposite directions. Right? Does that make any sense? Hopefully you guys see what I see when I see what I see. All right. Do you want me to keep it in the angle at the machine, or do you want me? Oh, okay. Well, then we'll put it right back there. Okay. If you guys want, we'll just keep it right here then. Because you can see my whole work area this way, I guess. All right. Take a sip of water. And grab more pieces. Which ones have I done already? Which ones haven't I done? I did this one already. So that's this. Okay. And then I did this one. Where did it go? Hold on, I'm seeing all the ones I've done already, so that way I can make an even amount opposite of each other. So I did these ones already. There's the other half to that. And then I did this one right here. That's the other half of that. I have 9 different colors, like I said, guys. Then I did that one. There's the other half. And then I did this one. There's its other half. And I did this one. And I did that one. And I did this one. So yeah, that purple is the last purple of that. Okay. That way I have an equal amount of everything. I'm going to keep it equal.
Susan says she'd name it Which Way Do We Go?
Yeah, it's which way, George? Which way? Which way do we go, George? Which way? Yep. This way or that. Because, well, we're making a mess of the directions when we're sewing. And do you guys see my black fabric here? It's covered with all this little white spots. That's the pinked edges of the fabric. It literally makes a disaster. So you guys have to beware with pinked edges on fabric because it literally gets all over my fabric. Look at all that. It just gets everywhere. All right. I need a 4.5 inch off of this piece right here. I love to make things up as I go, but still have like a general idea of which way I am going. So we need one of these. But I definitely like to mix things up and have fun with my quilting. And then showing it to you guys, the process of designing something, you know? I definitely love showing you guys the process it takes to put something together. So if I was a full pattern writer and was able to sit at a computer, write it, insert pictures, insert directions, how many of this to cut, how many of that. If I was able to do that without brain problems, then I would still have to build the quilt so that I'd have the measurements and the math anyway. So this is what I do anyway, but pattern writers do this as well, and then they write everything down and then they turn it into a pattern. So this is pretty much that process, designing that pattern, except I'm not giving you guys a PDF. That just go with the video, and whatever happens, happens with your quilt. You can have all your geese one way, you can have all your geese the other. It doesn't matter as long as you're having fun creating it and making a mess like me.
You said it'd be interesting to do black to gray with a rainbow colored piece.
Oh, it would. It would be really awesome. Yeah. And that's where you guys come in. Those ideas that you're having is what I see when I look at other patterns. Oh, what if I changed this and did that? That's what I see. All right, so we're going to start with one going this way on the down side. And we're going to get the hang of this. So that's going to go this way. We're going to cut this away.
None of these ladies like the pink edges either.
Yeah. Scotty's tripping over cords, guys.
Well,
sorry that you got messed up. All right, now we're going to grab the other piece. Oh, don't do it. It's going to get all over it anyway. It's fine.
I was going to get all the pink stuff off the black for you.
No,
I love pink edges.
Oh, no. This starts down this way. Down this way. Let's make sure. Got to make sure. Got to go that way, yeah. So it goes down like that. It's best to double check before sewing. That'll save me from having to do all the extra ripping. All right, so that one goes that way. I think what I'm going to have to do is put a little bucket next to me for all this. Scotty, do I have something to stick all this in? Empty something? No?
Oh, what?
All these little pieces. No?
You just want a bag or a tub?
Nope.
What do you want?
I'm just going to throw it right here on the floor.
I can get you a plastic bag?
Nah, because
I'm... Ziploc bag?
Nah.
You want a little tub?
All right, now come to the other end, and this one is going to go down because the last one was on the top. So this will go down. Nope. Next one will go this way.
Will you use the little triangles you cut off the flying geese for a border?
I could use the little triangles for a border. Depends on how big this quilt is and if I want to take the time to sew all them together while I'm doing this. That crinkle cut quilt that I finished last week, that one, I haven't even started sewing all those leftover fabrics because I was going to use all that excess fabric and put it on the back of the quilt and make the quilt back with that and some yardage. But I haven't even done that yet because, I needed a break from looking at that fabric. So this one will go that way. Okay, good. See, so I'm sort of paying attention. Yep. So they're in opposite directions. Okay, and now just to add the black, but let's make sure they're in opposite directions, and they are. And then one will go on one side of my design hanging, and the one will go on the other side of my design hanging because of the direction. And you can alternate them too. Like you can alternate the pieces and create diamonds, floating diamonds in the middle of it. But I already did a quilt called Floating Diamonds. It was similar to this, but different.
Double seam as you go, cut between the lines. Your triangles will be sewn together.
A double what? Seam. Oh, for the half. I don't know if I want them to be half square triangles, though I might make them into hourglass blocks, but we'll see. That's why I don't ever sew them in advance, doing that second seam, because I might want to make hourglass blocks instead. I like hourglass blocks. All right, so here's another one that faces this direction. So now I need to make another one that faces the other direction. So let's start from the beginning again. This one. So we're just going to grab one of these, split it in half. One of these half ones. There's my halves. Then we're going to take a jelly roll strip, cut 4.5 inches off the end. The side that we folded in half and cut in the beginning. That way I get 2 of those. All right. This way has to start the other direction. Yep. This way starts with it going up, not down, right? Yeah. Let's hope this is correct. I have to keep looking behind me. Yeah, okay. So that goes that way. Let's cut that excess away. Yeah, I don't sew those because I like to take and make hourglass blocks with them, which I'll show you in a second. I'm not going to make the block, but I'll show you how it lays out. For those that are new to quilting and don't know what an hourglass block is.
You ever have issues with your black cotton fabric fading?
Nope, I've not had any fading with any of the cotton black fabric that I've ever bought. I don't know. I haven't had anything that fades yet. And I've made a lot of my personal quilts are black. Oops. Sorry, I had to sew that again because it missed the corner, but it was on the wrong side, so I was able to put it on the right side. So there's just 2 partial seams right there, or pieces of seam. That way it meets up at the end. All right, so this one now goes, let's make sure while we're right here, this way. Yep. And that will be on the top. Good. Good job, Tiffany. You're getting the hang of it.
You've done good.
So what I mean by hourglass blocks is sometimes I take the leftovers and I make hourglass blocks with them like this. So I get a bigger piece instead of a tiny little half square triangle that's going to get trimmed down. I will get a bigger piece like this that gets trimmed into like I think it's a 2 1/4 or 2.5 inch square that I get out of these. So,
well, that's cool.
Yeah. So I don't like to sew them because I like to wait to decide what I want to make with them. But I do save them.
Okay. We don't waste nothing around here.
Yeah, I don't waste anything. Anything bigger than 1 inch, I use. All right, so this one will go this way. Yep. This one goes this way. So it's all about paying attention. That's why I'm doing one strip, 1 row at a time. Ta-da! Cut away what I think is a 1/4 inch seam. Obviously that's not perfect, but it works for me. Okay, now sew my 2 black end pieces on. And you can see right here that the pink okay, so I want this to see this. On the pinking, you can see that my pinking pieces are sticking out beyond my black piece if it's lined up. And that's because they measured from the inside of the pink, not the outside for the 2.5 inches. So I make sure to line up so that that pinking sticks out equally on both sides. And that's how I know I have my piece nice and equal. So that when I go to sew the rows together, it's going to be a little bit bigger, but as long as I line up my foot where it's on the inside of the valley of the pinked edge, that piece will be perfect. So if you guys see me lining these up like this, that's because I'm making sure that I have an equal amount of pinking on the top and bottom. Okay, another piece done. Let's see what side this hangs on. Oh, I screwed it up again. How do I have so many of this side now?
What about floating some geese in some of black strips?
Nah, you can do that if you want to float the geese into some of the black strips, but I'm making my geese all black. So I have like crows flying instead of geese.
There you go.
What is it? What is it called? A murder?
Yeah.
I have a murder.
A murder of crows is a murder.
I have
Yeah,
a murder of crows. All right, so I'm going to grab my next piece of black, cut 4.5-inch piece off the end. Grab my next color, which is this one. Grab one off of it. Grab this one. And these have to go the wrong way. So, Tiffany, mess it up purposely. I guess I'm going to have to put a piece in front of me because that's the way I do it better. It's having one in front of me.
What's the length of the black strip for the flying geese portion?
2.5 by 4.5. It's 4.5 this way, 2.5 top and bottom. All my strips are going to be 2.5. The cuts, these are 2.5 by 4.5 that I'm cutting off from the side that I cut it at the fold. I didn't even cut the selvages off because we're going to be tapering this, so there's going to be a little bit of waste with the black, but again, I can use those pieces with my little other pieces. Okay, where was I? I'm purposely messing this up. I want this one to face this way. So I need to bring down a piece to look at it so that I don't screw it up. So the first one needs to go from the top to the bottom. Trying to get this right. All right, so this one, I want the top up here. Yep. I started the other one this way. Why did it not land this way? No idea. All right. That's the way I want it. Trim off my excess. Press it back. Grab my other side. Put that on. Goes that way. Yep. Goes that way. Line it up. Yep, that's correct. Okay, now the next one goes. Nope, goes this way. Yep. Ta-da! Okay. And grab my last piece and attach it on that way. Right here. And that's correct. Yay! Press it back and add the two end pieces. And now I have an equal amount again of both directions of my geese. Or my crows, whatever you want to call them, because they are in black. finger pressing it. Finger pressing it. And I'm going to hang it up. This one goes this way. Ooh, this is going to be so awesome. Isn't this going to be so awesome, Scotty?
Yes, I think it is awesome already.
Yep. Okay. Let's go with the next color. So we need one of these. Grab this from here.
What size are you shooting for in this again?
Big. The size I'm shooting for is as big as I can get it. It's probably going to be like a full-size queen size, hopefully, because I had 54 jelly roll strips. Plus, actually, if I needed more, I had more. So that's like makes 60 something altogether total. But I wanted to start with an equal amount. I started out with 6 of each strip, and some of them had 8, some of them had whatever. So it's all different. All right, just gonna stack all these up. Grab 2 more. You guys see the thumpy? He's there. Oh, come down with him a little bit. He's too high. You can't see him. Are you playing with my purple fabric? Huh, Thumpy? You just playing with the mama's purple fabric? Oi! Cutting my 4.5 inch by 2.5 inch piece real quick. And then the other 2 halves of it can go right here. And I'm going to have to cut more strips soon, too. Look at that. I cut enough for now, but like I said, I needed 4 yards. I knew I needed 4 yards because that's a lot of jelly roll strips. All right, now we're going to go.
What's the secret to the foot pedal? I have a brand new Juki, and every time I'm sewing, it does the cutting thread motion in the middle of my seam.
That's because you're not holding your foot on your pedal correctly. Scotty, will you do some camera movements real quick? Okay. Down at my foot pedal. Okay. So I'm going to sew and show you guys the foot pedal secret. Start with this one on the bottom. So just tip this. So on the Juki's foot pedal, the top is sewing, the bottom cuts the thread. I sew with my foot like this so that nothing's on the whole thing. So I sew like that, and then when I'm ready to cut the thread, I move my foot. So I get a lot of movement in my feet. So I always sew with my foot on the top like this and on the bottom. If I keep my foot all the way on it like this, I just use the top of my foot and then use my heel to cut. But 90% of the time I use my foot sideways on it like this so that I don't accidentally hit the thread cutter. So that's what I do. Just keep it off to the side like that. And you'll know because the pad of your foot will be on the blue only. So you're not really fully on your foot pedal. The only downfall to sewing like that is I do push my foot pedal away from me quite often, but that's okay. But yeah, that's how I solve that problem. So that way I don't hit the foot pedal, the thread cutter on it. It's actually been a easier to sew that way too, because I get a lot of motion in the rest of my leg so that my leg isn't standing, that my foot isn't in a stay still position at all times on the pedal. There's not only the push part from the pad of your foot pushing down on your toes, but I also get the heel action by adjusting the heel of my foot in to hit that real quick. And and I get movement because I can either take my foot off and use the heel of it or put my foot on the top. So you get a lot of leg movement, which is good. It's healthy.
What's the green pad pedal on?
Oh, it's one of those ironing pads. My mom said she used it to keep her pedal from slipping, and so I put it under there, but my pedal still slips. If it was directly on the carpet, I think it would probably be better, but it's just an ironing pad. The sew while the iron's hot thing that you keep your iron on while it's hot. Yeah, that's what I'm using to stop it from sliding. It still slides. It's not a solvable problem. But it works. Okay. Got one. Now we need this one to go in the opposite direction. Gotta see it to know it. So this one will come down. Nope. Yep. So this one goes on top. Lay it on here. My jelly roll strip has a fold right there, so it's not fully one's at the top. Good. That's where I want it. Just making them all opposite. Yep. And grab my other side. Hook it down this way. Yep. Just like that. This is fun. Super fun. Trim the excess away. Press it back. Sew my ends on.
Where can you get affordable rulers for an HQ Avante?
Affordable rulers for long arm quilting. Look online for people trying to get rid of them, or people that are done using them, or try handy quilter dealers or your local quilt shop. And online, I have no idea where they're cheaper. All long arm rulers are expensive, so just know that. It's best to find somebody who doesn't long arm quilt anymore and wants them to go to someone. That's how I got the ones I have that I've been playing with on my rulers. Well, like a little bit playing with them because I'm not really quilting a whole heck of a lot right now. But yeah, I got them from somebody who has retired herself from long arm quilting, and her daughter took over the long arm quilting but didn't want to do ruler work. So they were pretty much handed down to me. Okay, now I need to make the other way. Next, this one. This one. A black. Cut off my 2.5 by 4.5 inch rectangle off the end. Bring those over here, bring those over here. Okay. Let's get this one to go the other way. So I got to look at my pieces again. This one, two. Be at the top. I have to grab them down to look because I'm definitely becoming challenged, angly challenged with this.
Looks like you're getting around pretty good after your surgery.
Yep, I am getting around good. However, though, this week has been a really bad week. I've been MS issues that are really bad. For those that don't know, I have multiple sclerosis, and I'm in an episode, and this week has been horrible. The fatigue has been so bad. I'm having struggling staying awake, even with my standing or doing any of my exercises and stuff. I just cannot get my mind up. So I've been doing my best to keep busy. Was it yesterday I long arm quilted yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah, I long arm quilted yesterday for about 40 minutes, 30, 40 minutes, somewhere around there. I didn't get very far. It's very slow going, but at least I'm doing it. And that's the top. That's the bottom. Okay. So I did that. The day before, I made a prototype bag, but you guys are gonna have to wait to see or anything with that because I have to make it again. I had a boo-boo with it. Again, that's why I make prototypes before I give out patterns. And then I'm trying to think. I just been doing little things at a time because I've been, you know, trying to stay somewhat busy to combat the fatigue. But today, I went swimming yesterday, and I can't swim like normal yet at all. I like to frog swim, and right now I can only doggy paddle because I can't spread my legs in the pool out. Like the way you do your arms. I feel that's a full body workout for me, but I can't do it yet, and I actually just got super fatigued from just doing exercises. By the time I got home, I didn't even stay up late last night. I just went to bed at a normal hour because I just really couldn't stay up any longer. I didn't watch the rest of I always watch a whole episode before going to bed, but last night I just turned it off in the middle of the episode because I just needed to go to sleep. I woke up this morning and I just went back to bed again. After I had breakfast, I went right back to bed. And I stayed in bed until 2 o'clock-ish. And then I came in here and decided on what to make. Had a bazillion ideas in my head and said, well, to combat the fatigue, I might as well just keep making a quilt. Because I was going to long arm quilt for today, but then I was like, yeah, I don't think they want to sit around for that because it's a lot of movement and stuff. So. And I quilt fast, sort of, for some people. So this one is done in the opposite direction. Okay. Hang it up and make sure. Hang up this last one too. All right, now let's see what's on this side that's not on that side. This one is not on that side. So let's do this one facing that other way. Oh, and also you can tell that this fabric was what's the word for it? Radiating, not radiating. Not variegated. What is it called when it tape ombre? This was an ombre fabric. So you can see how it went from dark to pink. So it went from purple to pink.
I have no idea what that even means.
Yeah. It's ombre.
Ombre.
It was an ombre fabric.
You know, cowboy term? Hey there, ombre.
And it's not pronounced that way, but yeah, I guess. I don't know how it was said. But yes, it's spelt that way, I think. Is that the cat? Oh.
It's me messing with the cat.
Oh.
Yeah, he's over here.
I thought he was getting into something. I was be like, you better not be destroying anything over there.
I'm watching it.
Just cutting my 4.5-inch pieces. Grab the ends. Now I need to make this one face. Because that's on this side. Right? What side is that on? It's right here. So I need to make it face this direction. So let's bring this one down. It's actually helping to bring my previous way in front of me. My previous flying geese. For that side, at least. For the side I'm working on. All right, so this one will go. Nope. Yep. So it goes this way first. The end off. Press it. Grab the other side. Oops, goes this way. Yep, just like that. Sewing from that corner. You can also see I just lined up the ombre. So the pinker is up here and the purpler is that way. The next one's not going to be able to because that one's got more purple.
What kind of thread do you use for the long arm?
For the long arm, I use Glide thread.
Brand and weight.
It's 40 weight. Triable polyester thread. And I buy it at my local quilt shop. And this one, nope, goes to. Scott put the link in. Sorry, I'm trying to do two things at once, Scott. I buy it at my local quilt shop. That's the top. Okay. That's my corner. All right, one more piece. This one on right here. Yep. Yep. Perfect. Press it back. Add my black on the ends. Turn it around. And this side. And finger press it. Hang it up. Okay. Which one have I not done? Okay. All right. Let me sew the last of these. One and two. So let's make one more in each direction. just going to go ahead and pre-cut all of this real quick. Half, 2, 4. Half, 1, 2, 3, 4 and a half. There's those. Oops, I just need one set. And then I need this one is on, what side is this on? Facing this way, so I need it to face this way. I'll grab one of these. And put the 3 together in this direction. Okay, so the first one is going to go that way. This way, that way, this way. Yep. Press it back. Grab the other side. Hopefully you guys will be able to follow along with this video. It's a little bit wild at first, but I'm just making these rows opposites. So one set's going one way, one set's going the other. It's actually pretty easy.
Oh, it's so wild. It's good. It's good.
Okay.
Have you done any work on your hand-pieced quilt since you finished the top?
Nope, I decided I'm going to wait till winter time to quilt it because it's way too hot. You know, it's 116 out there today, and we keep here in the house at 80, so I really don't want to sit under an 80-degree. I don't want to sit in 80 degrees under a quilt top when 80 feels cool to me. That quilt top is going to warm me right up once it's layered together with the other layers. So I'm definitely not ready to quilt it till winter time. But when wintertime comes, I'm probably going to load it on the long arm to baste the whole quilt. And then that way it's basted with a big basting stitch. That way I don't have to get down on the floor and lay it flat and stuff. And then I'm going to hand quilt it. Oops, nope. Let's go this way. And then we'll do one more and then we'll see where we're at. That's good.
When do they get to see Sculliver quilted?
Sculliver won't be quilted until I get to it. Because I don't even know what I want to quilt on it yet. But eventually it will get quilted. Just not right now. I actually have something else on the long arm right now. A quilt that I did a long time ago. So if you guys are curious what's on the long arm right now, look up the video Cake Plate. Like as in a plate, cake plate. Yep. That video was a free pattern, and that's all verbal visual, but it's very interesting what you can do with utensils or stuff from your kitchen to make a quilt. So it's a quilt called Cake Plate, and that's what's on my long arm. That's like from like 4 years ago. It has been hanging in the closet for a very long time, and I have it on the long arm to play with because I can only quilt a little bit at a time. So I just been doing whatever with it. All right. This one up on the wall. This one back up on the wall. So far, I have the makings of an awesome quilt. Okay, so general idea behind things. All right, which way am I going?
Which way am I
1,
going?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I need to make another one of those. Oh man, that's already on that side. Is this already on that side? No, it's not. Yeah. Yep. There's going to be a lot more added to it, obviously. I'm just trying to get an equal amount of the colors on both sides, so I'm looking at it right now. But this will be my last one that I piece, and I'm going to get off of here. I'll show you what it looks like when I get off of here. So again, I'm making another one this direction so that I have an equal amount on both sides of the directions that I'm trying to face. All right, here we go. This one starts off on the top. Yep. Okay. So right here, line that corner up. Make sure, and that's the correct way. Cut it off. And add this side. Yep. Right direction. So this corner. Make sure. Yep, that's correct. Cut it off. And this side is going to be opposite. So this one will go on the top. Right. Nope, it goes on the bottom. Yep, on the bottom. Yep, cut that off. It's so much fun. Now that I got the hang of it. Sometimes the visions that I get on making a certain style or kind of quilt, they don't all come with directions. So I have to wing it at first. Oh, it goes this way. And now that I figured it out, now it's easy. Just have to keep paying attention. So make the two different ways first, and then use those two as your example pieces. Oops, be nice to cut that away. So make the two different direction flying geese strip units, and then work off that as your template, pretty much, for your direction, so that you can have so many going one way and so many going the other. I want to try to have an equal amount going both ways. Okay. Let's hang these up. You can put the camera back over there.
I'm going to.
Oh.
Asking.
Okay.
That's why I moved my seat and everything.
So, general idea of what I'm doing here.
Flag.
It's okay. So far I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 going one direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 going the other direction. So they're coming in this way right here, and then the bottoms are going away from each other. Doesn't that look so awesome? And I think when I put the center together, I'm going to put like a 1-inch strip to separate, because if these are close, they'll become a diamond, if you can see that. And we're not looking to make a diamond on one side. We're looking to have, the geese going opposite directions. But I'm going to try to make an equal amount. So like I have 2 of this strip already on this side, but none on this side. So I need to make this color for this side. That way there's an equal amount on both the top and the bottom. The quilt is going to go the opposite direction. So everything's going to be facing up or down. This is just hanging sideways for now, but I have enough jelly roll strips for the quilt to be turned this way so that the geese are flying up or flying down instead of side to side like they are right now. But we're going to be tapering it, so we're going to be cutting, say, 2.5 inches off of this one, 2 3/4 inches off of this one at the end, and so on, and they'll taper. You know what I mean? And then it'll be the same with the opposite side, and then they'll still get sewn directly together. I think I'll do a separator piece in the middle, and then, yeah, I think it will look awesome. For sure. Yep. So that's the idea behind it, is to have that. So we'll get to that step in the next one. I still have 2 more colors from the original start to throw in. I'm just going to try to figure out what side they need to go on, because I don't want to have too many of the same colors on the same side. That way it's balanced. But I like it. I think it's going to look really awesome. I like the fun things that come out of my head. And it looks cool. I'm looking at it on the camera. It does look cool. Very cool. All right. So that's, anybody have any questions? Again, I'd say make the one strip the one direction and the other strip the other direction, but that's totally up to you, because you can have all of them facing down on one side, going this way, and then all of them facing the opposite way on the other side. So you don't even have to have them opposite of each other. If you keep messing up, just have your flying geese land the way the flying geese land. It's no big deal. The idea behind it is just a bunch of flying geese, But you can always make all these face that way, and then this side, all these face that way, and then they all join together.
Okay, will you still have the points and the black triangles once it's sewn together?
Yes, you should still have the points, because the black piece was a 2.5 by 4.5 inch rectangle, and you're adding 2.5 inches on both sides. So you always will have a 1/4 inch seam right here.
How do you like that new slide lock ruler?
I love the slide lock ruler. It definitely helps with cutting yardage in bulk like I did today, because this is 8 layers of fabric, and it holds it down perfectly. There was no shifting, sliding, or anything. It's great. I love it. But for measurement purposes, I do need my line 1 ruler up and then measure up to it. But I'm not a left-handed cutter, so everything would have to be turned around. I'm a right-hander, so normally I can cut both, but not with the Martelli. All right, is that it? Anything else? No? All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get off here. Next week, we will resume with making both sides equally, and then we'll hopefully, maybe if I can make some before next week, then I can get it situated, not be trying to do not math, but deciding on camera which side, but we can maybe get to sewing the strips together. But for now, this is what I'm doing. And this should be a pretty big quilt by the time I'm done. So thank you guys for hanging out. Hopefully you'll have a wonderful 4th of July. Make sure you lock those dogs up and cats up to watch the fireworks, because they probably don't want to hear it. Most of them are scared, except for Thumpy. He can care less. And I'll be on tomorrow because there's mail. So I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. If not, next Sunday. Bye.